Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Matt here again with Integrity Off-Road. I am actually kind of upset right now because I had this big video planned. I had everything planned out. I don't want to say scripted because my videos are 100% unscripted. But yeah, we got rained out today. I checked the radar this morning and I didn't see any rain in the forecast. In fact, I almost took the top and doors off this morning because it was so nice. But I guess Mother Nature had some other plans and has completely rained us out. So it is pouring cats and dogs outside. But rain, snow, or shine, we are going to power through it and get this video done. I've got some pretty cool things going on the Jeep today, so stay tuned and enjoy the ride. So the first item we have going on today is a fuel door from G-Car. I found this on Amazon for $26.99. Comparing this fuel door to Mopar, I believe, was around $182. So for just 15% of the cost of Mopar, I figured that this fuel door was probably a no-brainer. So when doing this install, you will want to open up the swing gate and then, of course, pop open the glass. If you have a soft top, go ahead and pull out that back window. Since mine is a two-door, it's probably not necessarily needed, but I am going to fold this seat forward just to give me a little extra room. Get my daughter's car seat out of the way. Now, the first step on installing a fuel door on your Jeep Wrangler...
No, you messed it up. You're stupid.
Now, the first step when installing a fuel door on your Jeep Wrangler, you will need to remove the driver's side taillight. So in order to do so, you'll want to pop this panel out here. Just clips in, and then you pull it right on out like that and set it off to the side. Next, if you see that little plastic screw right there, you will want to remove that. There's a couple of different ways you can remove it. I believe it's either a 10 millimeter, or if you have your top removal toolkit, grab the long extension or the long Torx bit along with your ratchet and then go ahead and pull that right out. I am going to go ahead and remove my tail light completely. So go ahead and pop up that safety tab there. Next up, you will want to remove your fuel cap. So go ahead and twist that off and then go ahead and pull the tether right out of its hole and set that to the side. All right. So next up, if you notice right back in here, there is a little tab like right there that you'll want to depress to get that out. And then there is another one just right up there, kind of like right there, that you'll have to pop out. So I'm going to put the camera down and get that out for you. And it just popped right out. Cool, but I think I broke it. Oh well. And I dropped it. Cool. So here we have the new fuel door now that the old one is out of the way. I think this one's a little bit different from the JKs. If I remember correctly from the JKs, I believe you had to pop the actual door off before you can mount it. But from playing around with this one, it looks like I should just be able to slide it in place. So we're going to try that real quick. And then I have the new gasket right here that we'll slip in over the filler neck once we're done with that. So that went on pretty easy. There is a little guide pin on the new fuel door, and then there is a little groove on the Jeep itself that guide pin has to fit in, so that way you know that it is lined up. But once you get it lined up, just kind of pop it in a little bit. Now, next up, I do have my new gasket. I've got some soapy water. I'm going to spray it down and slip that in its place. Learn from my mistakes, people, and do yourself a favor. Put the gasket on first, and then slip it over. But use soapy water. It makes it easier to slide over the filler neck. So, the more you know. So now grab your fuel cap. There is a hole on the back side of the new fuel door. Go ahead and pop that in its place. Tighten that up. Close her up, and you are done. But we got to put the taillight in first. Woo! Hold on to the taillight when you're putting that screw back in. Well, I guess we'll find out over time if $27 was worth it, or if I should have spent the extra money and gone with Mopar. I guess if I need to, I will always go back to Mopar, but I don't think it looks that bad. Tell me what you think. Guys, I wanted to stop the video real quick and go over something with you. First of all, I wanted to give a huge shout out to all of my subscribers. We have gone from practically no subscribers up to 300 in a very, very short amount of time. So a huge thank you to everyone who has stopped by the channel and has taken the time out of their day to smash that subscribe button. And also thank you to everyone who has liked and commented on the videos as well. I do read all of those comments and try to respond to as many of them as I can, so I do appreciate that. All of your feedback I do take into consideration and try to tailor my videos to be more user-friendly for you guys. But I did need to stop this video real quick. So a dear friend of mine was recently diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer, and unfortunately she is unable to work during this time because of it. Over the next 18 weeks, she will be undergoing chemo and radiation, and then once that is done, she will have to undergo surgery to try to get all of the cancer out of her body. So during this time, she is completely out of work, and her husband is unable to work at this time as well due to some heart complications. So I am running a little fundraiser to try to help support her and her family. So if you hop on over to integrityoffroad.com, I have quite a bit of merchandise on that website already, from hats, mugs, hoodies, and even t-shirts. And there's one very specific t-shirt on that website that I need you guys to look for. Now this is the t-shirt that I had on at the beginning of this video. It says, "In honor of Emily, ride with integrity and fight with strength." And of course it has our logo on it with the breast cancer awareness logo on the back. Now this is the back of the t-shirt. On the front of the t-shirt, it just has Integrity Off-Road and the breast cancer awareness ribbon. All of the proceeds from this t-shirt will go directly to Emily and her family. So if you want to show some support, hop on over to Integrity Off-Road and pick yours up today. Well, next up in today's video, we are going to be finally revealing the name of my 2025 Jeep Wrangler. On a previous video, I asked some of you guys what I should name my Wrangler. While most of you were silent, others said, "Don't name your Jeep Wrangler." And then we actually had one that commented in and said, "Hey, why not Integrity?" And after giving it some thought, I was like, man, that is a really, really neat name. However, I had to go with my gut. Also had to go with the theme of my Jeep. This Jeep Wrangler is paying homage to the 1941 Willys Jeep Wrangler. When I first bought my Wrangler, I thought that I really, really wanted to go old school with this and try to make it an exact replica of the 1941 Willys Jeep. However, the day I brought it home, I hopped on YouTube and just typed in 41 color Jeep Wrangler Sport, and up came Dirt Road Cred's video of their exact same idea, building a 41 Jeep Wrangler replica. So I didn't want to go with that because I didn't want them to think that I was copying their build. So I decided to go a little bit more modern and pay homage to 1941 Willys in naming this Wrangler Patriot. Guys, thank you once again for stopping by and checking out this video and also checking out my channel. I do put a lot of thought and energy into these videos to provide decent content for you guys and also show you that it is possible to build a Jeep Wrangler on a budget. I know I'm not the biggest YouTuber out there and I know that I'm not the biggest off-roader out there, but again, I do this all for you guys. So if you could, please smash that subscribe button, like and comment the video. Also, remember, check out the new Integrity Off-Road website. I've got a lot of great stuff on there, and it would mean the world to me for you guys to show some support over there as well. Remember, the breast cancer awareness t-shirts are for my friend Emily, so every single one of them that you buy from me there, those proceeds will go to her and her family. I do have some new plans for the Jeep Wrangler that have kind of sprung up after my recent off-road adventure down at Pruitt Mountains, and that is, I need high clearance fenders. I tore the living heck out of my fenders taking this vehicle off-road. The lift kit and the tires were great. The vehicle handled phenomenally, but I do need a little bit more clearance on the fenders. So I am doing fenders and fender liners next. What I do have planned is I want to paint match it though. Should I paint match the fenders and leave the inner fender liners black? Or should I paint match the inner fender liners and leave the fenders black? Or should I paint match it all or just leave it all black? Let me know in the comments below. Until then, ride with integrity.